It is a disaster. Nobody can change our culture. It is a disaster. It is a disaster. It is a disaster. It is a disaster. We have to work on our ambition, concentrate on our education. You want to know about my location? I'm coming back. I don't want any confusion, and this is my conclusion. It is a disaster. 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 It is a disaster.
I started seeing things in a different perspective, in that what I didn't see with my own eyes, I started seeing a school in my own mind. I saw students who are really eager to learn, and though it was hard to really know that there were students, because some of them, in fact all of them were in their home clothes, some of them with unkempt hair, some of them in really, you could not just see a school. Place that needs people to volunteer to work, just to change people's lives. And I came to learn that there are many people outside there who feel like they are neglected, they are rejected, they are worthless in the society. The students we deal with, they come from a very humble background. A humble background in the sense that their parents can hardly meet their daily needs. Most of them come to this school with the empty stomachs in the morning, yet they have to do the whole day. But thank God that the school is able to provide lunch for them. Others do very long distances to this place.
So much has changed, even the perception of life. You see, people here, initially, they believed that we are poor and there's nothing good we can do. Nothing good can come out of us. But right now, like now the students we are having from this village, they have another view of life. They have been transformed.
The main challenge I think is due to lack of money. Money is the problem in order to sustain us throughout the college life.
Okay, on top of what I've said, there is another challenge which we are facing as young men or young people. There is no facilities, or there are no one to nurture our talents. We are very, very talented. Like me, I'm very talented in football, but there is no one to nurture my talent and to upgrade me so that I can be a professional footballer or play internationally. Yeah.
First visit to the Huruma village was in 2003, when the women from my church just thought, let's just go visit our fellow women who are coming out of this slum place that is so disadvantaged. And the entire time I was there, the whole afternoon, I just wept because of what I heard the women saying. They had, some of them came with their little babies, looking cold, looking hungry, looking sickly. And one of the things the women say during that afternoon is that our children, we are all disadvantaged because we can't afford secondary education for our children. We wish that you guys from your context of wealth could assist us in sending our children to attain secondary education. And I wept within me because for a long time I used to assume that the women or the people of Huruma are poor because they are lazy and because they are, they disobey God or whatever. And what it looked like to me was the hopelessness that had driven so many of them to turn to illicit drinking and drug abuse, and just sexual immorality was rampant. And when I stepped into the village that day, I thought, how could anyone live like this? Because everything was just dirty and disorderly, and people didn't seem to care for each other, and it just was such a hopeless place. And I could understand why the youth the next year were telling me living in Huruma village is like living in a pit. None of us can get out of here. There's like a sense of hopelessness that holds everyone down to where they don't care for their lives. They abuse substance, because after all, what hope is there for life? And so when we slowly began to speak hope into their situation, the whole village lifted up. There used to be drunk men and women all over, just overcome by alcohol. Now you don't see that. They wake up full of hope.
And so far we can be happy, we can express ourselves, we can talk, we can communicate in English, and so many other things that you can see. And already Newdon have transformed our lives in our minds, and we have a new perspective of life and how to do things. And now we hope, we know that we are better people than the way we were those years.
The students that came into our school were well into their 20s, because they had been dropouts for like 6-7 years after primary school. Well, so many of them just clung to that hope, that opportunity to be in school. And the school wasn't anything to talk about. It was a metal structure. But they just clung and went on learning, and we just kept seeing miracle after miracle.
I lacked self-esteem. Yeah, but today I can speak without fear, and I can do things before people. Yeah, I can address people if I'm asked to do so. I can do it. Yeah.